blue-collar homestead. We learn finance, permaculture and prepping. A modern view of the world. Don't forget, freedom is in your hands. Stay safe and vigilant, friends. And now your host, Ralph KK. Launch in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
It is me and I am back. You would not believe me, but the coronarona, it got me. I've been sick for something like 2 weeks. Well, I mean, when you get the coronarona, you're sick for something like 3 days. And then you have the aftershock for something like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks of the repercussions of being sick. And then after the 3 weeks, then you're like not feeling good for a couple of months. This very strange disease, which nobody knows from where it came from, it just comes, it gets you, and bam, you get the coronaronas. So check this out. Right now I'm getting the coronarona like 2 times per year, like once every 6 months or something. So somehow people, they get the virus, and some people they create antibodies, and some people they don't create antibodies. So if you don't create antibodies, if your body does not create the antibodies, you're like in a bad condition, because you can get sick several times in a short period of time, and this is like really bad. I mean, this is just a kind of general unspoken rule. The first time that I got sick with the coronarona, it was the first year. This was back in 2020, I suppose. So the first time I got sick, I didn't know what it was. I got some super high fever. It was like 39, something like 39. I got these very strange symptoms, like my bones, they ached. So my bones, they ached. You have like this very annoying feeling all around your body, like your bones somehow they hurt. And then your skin is like hypersensitive. So it means that you cannot touch it because it hurts, or like the wind, or like the breeze, or a drop of water or something is like painful. So your skin becomes hypersensitive, and then you get this very annoying, like a stiff neck and pain in your spinal cord. Like I got no idea how to explain it, but somehow the virus it attacks. It seems that it attacks the nerves. So like the nerves all around your spinal cord, they're like being attacked with needles or something. So like the base of your spine, it hurts, then your whole spine, and then your neck, you have like a stiff neck. And also like at the base of the neck, you have like this very annoying feeling. And then sometimes this pain, it spreads to the cranium. So like behind your head, you have like this annoying, kind of annoying pain, like in the bone. Like, I don't know, the coronarona is like some kind of very strange disease. Anyways, that was the first time. And so the first time that I got it, so I mean, back then you didn't know how dangerous it was. People just imagine, they theorized. So everybody was kind of panicky, kind of hysterical. So after the fact that I got sick, I went to the laboratory or something like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later to see if I had got it or not. So they check for, and if you are creating antibodies, and then for some kind of protein reaction or something like this, just to say if you got it or not. So like I said, some people they create antibodies and some people they don't create antibodies. And it's usually like a hit and miss thing. So like it seems that if after the first time that you get antibodies, so like the next few times that you get it again, you will also create antibodies. So it seems that you have to get sick until you create this defense against this. Yeah, so you could be getting sick like a couple of times, like I don't know, 5 times in 1 year if you survive. I got no idea. Anyways, so the first time I got sick and I did not create antibodies. Then the second time, a couple months later, I got lucky, so it was a couple months later. Then I got sick again with the coronarona. And then that time, the second time, I also did not create antibodies. But here's the very funny, very interesting thing. So everybody in the house, they got sick. And somehow it seems that, so because it's a virus, so like you can just pass it on to other people like very easily, especially if you're like in close contact. So the second time I got sick with the coronarona, and I was probably in bed like 1 week, and then the second week I was like so but still with the after effects of this. But then check this out. Then it seems that I got sick the third time with the coronarona, the third time, but after 2 or 3 weeks after I had got it the second time. So I just got it one time after the other, and this was so horrible. It was terrible. I mean, I was like in bed for like 2 whole months. Not because I was terribly sick, and not because I couldn't breathe, but because the disease somehow it weakens your body. Like you just want to be sleeping the whole day. You cannot focus. Your mind is like a swimming or floating in the sea, in water. Like you cannot concentrate. You cannot think. You're just like somehow stupefied. Like you want to sleep. You cannot think, and your body's weak. It's some kind of very pitiful condition. So I was like this for like 2 months. But then, so I got sick the second time, the third time after the second one, and then the third time I created antibodies. And bam. So somehow it seems that after you create antibodies, they last for something like 6 months or something like this. So I was okay for 6 months until the next season when I got sick again. And I don't know, this is something like the flu or like a cold. You just get it seasonally. ideally you can get it once per year in winter, but sometimes you will get it 2 times per year. I don't know, if you have antibodies. I suppose there is some people that do not create antibodies. There has to be some cases, I'm not sure. But anyways, this time I was like really weak. I mean, even today I'm still weak. I'm trying to recover. I'm not such a bad condition, but it is just this thing that after you have the coronarona, you're like very weak. You cannot focus. Your mind is like a floating on the surface of the sea or something. It's like a very strange condition. Anyways, moving forward, you would not believe this, but the wizards at Google, the masters of the universe, have demonetized the podcast. Like, it seems that my content was too controversial for them, but I mean, it's kind of funny because I do keep some kind of filter of the things that I talk about, and it's not like I'm like revealing secrets of whatever. I mean, I just usually talk about the trending topics, but a lot of these trending topics, the tech companies, they just don't like it. Of course, it is these topics that are forbidden to talk about on social media or whatever. They are like key topics, keywords, which the government like blacklists. So they give the list to the tech companies, and then the tech companies, they are like the gatekeepers of the internet, and they are just looking around for stuff to delete or to shadowban or whatever. So I had this podcast 1 hour that I was talking about the Agenda 2032, the Great Reset, and the deindustrialization of Europe. So it seems that this was the fleet that beat Google in the butt, which caused them to permanently demonetize me. And so check this out. I had 4 channels on YouTube. 4 channels, they were all unrelated. I mean, different topics and nothing to do with each other, yeah? Even different accounts. But they were connected through one AdSense account. So check this out. They shadow banned the account of the podcast, which is this account. They completely shadow banned. I get like 0 views, like use 0, around 0. This is just kind of funny. And the other channels were also unrelated, nothing to do about with the podcast. They were not shadow banned, but they were just banned or blacklisted. So they took down my AdSense account, and in all of the Google services, they're just like scrubbing off anything related to the brand name, which is the Polar Homestead. Yeah. So in the Google services, they are just scrubbing off these keywords. And you might say, oh, okay, yeah, but how do you know this? Well, there are several ways to know when a YouTube channel is shadow banned. You follow like a certain method, yeah? So the channel for the podcast is completely shadow banned. So the YouTube channel for the podcast is completely shadow banned. They just grabbed all the digital information and they dropped it into the trash bin, and they set it on fire with a diesel or something, just burning and just disappear from the internet. And they're also trying to scrub off the name of the Polar Homestead from all the Google services, because you can try this yourself. You go to the Google search engine, you just write the Polar Homestead, and then you get like a list of results. Yeah. So in theory, the first 3 pages, it should be all the content about the Polar Homestead, like the 3 pages you should be completely full of the content. And it used to be like this, like maybe 1 month ago, 2 months ago. But now they're like slowly taking away the result and mixing it with something else, which has nothing to do with the Polar Homestead. Like I tried this myself yesterday, and like they come up with results with like, you put the Polar Homestead, you get like Arctic homes in Norway or something, or like a novel, the Arctic home. It's like a novel or some novel. And then what else? Like a polar tents for sale or something like this. Like you should just try it yourself, and it is ridiculous. And this is only in Google services, in the Google search engine, because if you go to the other search engines, there is Yahoo, there is DuckDuckGo, there is Bing, there is like a bunch of them, different ones. So you go to the other search engines, you put the Polar Homestead, and you will get like the first 10 pages. It is my content, everything that related, the first 10 pages. So how do you explain this? The other search engines, they show my content, and then you go to Google, the Google search engine, and they just starting to scrub it off the search engine. This means that I have been blacklisted by Google. Shadowban. They want to hide the truth, to oppose the truth, to oppose the freedom of speech, whatever. Anyways, I don't know, it's kind of funny. So therefore, because all my content is demonetized now, I can even create even more positive and open and free speech content to show you the truth of everything, because now there is nothing to stop me. It's funny, but I mean, I am not the only one who has to deal with this. You could go check out other YouTubers or content creators, and they will tell you the same, that when you say or do something that the tech companies or the government, they don't like you to talk about, the first thing they do is they go after your money or your cash, or some way to get you so that you stop talking. This can stop some people, but also to some other people like me, this use makes them to even speak more of the truth, because now there is no kind of incentive or monetary incentive to make these people to try to censor themselves a little bit. So you take out the money component, and then these people, they will just say whatever they want, because there is nothing to get them anymore. So like the rationale behind this to shadowban people, I don't know if it works or not. Anyways, so yeah guys, we're gonna start this new chapter of the podcast, this new uncensored chapter of the podcast. We'll talk about all kinds of things freely, uncensored, very chill, very relaxed. We will show you all the truth of the world which people cannot speak of, because then they get demonetized. Anyways, so next podcast, I have a very interesting topic. So the keyword here, it's it's kind of a joke. I mean, this institution, this place, it's a joke around what could you say, like historical circles, or like secret stuff circles. It's something very funny. Anyways, if you know, you know. This is the explanation. So keyword here, the British Museum of History or Natural History. It's a place in London. It's a set of buildings, so like a building complex, where they have, I mean, the open exhibitions, they have like so many things from all around the world. You would not just believe what they have. That's in the open exhibitions. Wink, wink. stuff that they don't show, there is all the cool stuff, which we will talk about next podcast. Anyways, I hope you are enjoying this winter season in the pre-apocalyptic world, or I don't know, maybe post-apocalyptic world, who knows where, in which timeline we are. I'll see you next time.